We are just above the Hillsborough River with Lee Hoffman, the Riverwalk project manager. Hello, what a beautiful spot.
It is, isn't it?
You can really see the river.
Right.
Tell us why the Riverwalk is so important to the city.
Well, it takes advantage of an asset that we haven't fully developed. And a lot of cities would just kill for a waterfront, and we've got a gorgeous waterfront. We need to take full advantage of that. Putting the Riverwalk in not only gives people access to the water, but it takes advantage of that particular asset. It draws people down to our downtown. It develops the downtown. It becomes an economic catalyst, and it's just important for our community.
Let's really get into what the Riverwalk is, starting with how long will it be when it's done?
Well, it starts over in the Channel Side area. It goes along Garrison Channel and then comes up the Hillsborough River, and it goes all the way up to North Boulevard Bridge, and that's about 2.6 miles.
And how much of that is completed as we speak?
Well, right now we've got about 1.5 miles done. The problem is that they're not connected. There's a gap between the southern 1 mile and the northern half mile, and that's why we're excited about the Kennedy Plaza, which will put an overwater link to put those two together to give us 1.8 miles once it's all done.
So tell us about the Kennedy Plaza.
Oh, it's going to be a fantastic overwater venue. It's going to be 4 blocks of overwater Riverwalk it's put together in segments with shade structures, gathering points, and if you've been in Tampa, you know that when you're on the water, it's a little bit cooler. So it provides a real nice spot to sit, relax, enjoy the water, a little bit cooler environment. Plus, it gives us that link that we need between Curtis Hickson Waterfront Park and McDill Park. And it really combines those two sections that we're talking about to give us 1.8 miles of continuous Riverwalk, which is what we've been looking for a long time.
How about the Bayshore Boulevard Trail? How does that fit in?
Well, it's all part of the waterfront environment and the trail system. It already connects to the Riverwalk via the Platte Street Bridge. What we'd like to do at some point in the future, we'd like to see a beautiful pedestrian bridge that really connects the end of Bayshore to the Riverwalk to provide that real nice continuity between the two.
So what is the projection for when the entire thing will be done?
Well, right now we have a Tiger Grant, and that Tiger Grant is with the Department of Transportation, and it provides $10.9 million to do not only the Kennedy Plaza piece, which connects those two segments that I was talking about, but it also carries the Riverwalk north from the Strass Center all the way up to Waterworks Park. And so that gives us quite a bit of Riverwalk, and it funds the design and the construction of all of that. So when that is done, then we'll have, including Waterworks Park, about 2.4 miles completed.
What's the time frame?
The time frame is we hope to get the bid out for Kennedy Plaza this month, which means in about 2 years it should be done. We've already got the request for qualifications out for the Doyle Carlton piece to hire an architect to design that, and that'll take about a year, and then it'll take about a year to construct it. So both pieces will be done in early 2015.
Now when we talk about the Riverwalk, what we're talking about is actually the walk, the sidewalk, the pedestrian passageway. But along that, you hope to have all sorts of amenities, more than there are now even.
Correct. And that's all part of the environment. It's not necessarily just putting in the Riverwalk, it's developing an environment. It's a waterfront environment. If you've heard the mayor talk, the mayor wants the waterfront to be the center of downtown.
And what will be along the Riverwalk?
Well, there'll be not only the walkway, but we'd like more gathering spots. We'd like more restaurants. We would like more places to sit and have a nice drink along the Riverwalk. We've got museums already, and we link all of those museums, and we've got parks. We link all of those parks. We would like to see more programming along the Riverwalk, bring more events in, and that's what the Riverwalk really brings to the table. Is that it's not only a beautiful event venue, but it connects all of those other event venues so that you can have a waterfront-wide celebration. And that's what we're looking to do in the future.
And with some docks along the way, so you can also bring your boat down the river, stop and get off and enjoy this piece of the Riverwalk and move on down.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, if you've been looking at the news lately, you know that just recently we completed the docks down at the History Center. So you can go there, you can visit the Columbia Restaurant, the History Center, go to the Marriott, walk along Coke and Chobie Park, or even go to Channel Side. But by bringing your boat to that dock and going to the venues that are next by, that are close by.
Now, you had some input during the planning process called Envision, I-N-Vision, Envision. Tell me about that.
Well, that's a citywide process to say where do we want certain places in the downtown to develop, and how do we want them to develop. Part of that was the waterfront, and so we had quite a bit of input from the public to say, along the Riverwalk, this is what we'd like for you to do, this is what we would like to see, because it's not necessarily what we think the public wants. We want to know what the public wants so that we can put it in place. And we learned a lot from that.
I'm sorry, were there any surprises?
Actually, not really, because we've been moving in a certain direction for a long time, and that just reinforced that we're moving in the right direction. Not only do you want to put the walkway in place, you want to put more shade, which we know we've heard over and over again because it's a little warm in Tampa in the summertime, and more gathering places, more places to just sit and relax. And so we're working on those kinds of places, in addition to the programming, the more events and more things to just get down to the Riverwalk for. And once the people start coming, and it grows and grows, then the retail and the other things will follow that. So it's a huge economic catalyst that we're looking to develop in the long term.
Okay, well, thank you, Lee Hoffman. We appreciate it.
Welcome, thank you.